Hello guys, we are at the Drapery room in Marietta and we will be talking to Amy Hunley, who is waiting for us. And they are one of the best workrooms in the southeastern area. They have amazing projects. They're specialized on high-end. They work with a lot of designers. These are magazines where they showed up, so it's pretty impressive. And we are looking forward to talking to them. Alright, so we will be walking through the workroom and we will be meeting with Amy. She's waiting for us. And basically she's gonna walk us through the process. Hello, Amy!
Hello!
Hi, this is Amy Hunley, the owner of the Drapery room in Marietta, Georgia, and she will host us and let us know about the drapery making process.
Yeah.
So, Amy, tell us a little bit about when you started this and how this started.
Well, we started the company in 2006.
Okay.
And when we started the company, we actually mostly did rental properties in Florida. Also, 2006 was not the best time to start a business because it was the beginning of a recession, but in some ways it was a really good time to start a business because a lot of people went out of business and gave us more business.
Yeah.
So we've been here in this location since 2010.
Okay.
And we started off with just this one small space here, and then we have expanded to the other side here, and we are most likely looking at another expansion in the next 6 months.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so basically what happens here is we have our own fabrics that we make drapery out of that we offer for sale.
Yeah, we're gonna look at that.
But many of them are customer, designer chosen fabrics. So they're all coming here, and each one of these fabrics is logged into a computerized system, gets an identification tag that tells what it is, where it came from, what day it came in, and who it belongs to. And so this is probably, just to give you an idea of what, sort of the volume we do, this is probably, a week's worth of receivables right here. And then they're logged in. Also, we have these carts that we sort of move them onto and get ready to go into cuts.
Okay.
So each order has a job ticket. And what I do is I turn the information of the order into something that the workroom reads.
Okay.
So basically, we put together widths of fabric. When I say that, I mean how wide the fabric is out the row. Most of them are 54 wide. Some of them are 118 wide. However many widths of fabric we have to put together to make that drape.
Okay.
This is Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
She does all the cuts by hand. She's cutting lining right now. She marks the face. And she looks at her job ticket, tells her how many of these she has to cut at what length. Obviously, we cut longer than what the drape finishes at because you've got to have room for the header and the hem. You fold those in. So she's cutting longer than what the finished is.
Okay.
Just kind of a cool little thing. Here in the workroom, we have these very nice Japanese scissors. They last a lifetime. Hers have to be sharpened about every month. But
because I cut all
tools
day.
of the trade.
Yes. That's amazing.
And so we have all kinds of linings. This is blackout lining for this certain.
Okay.
This is specified as blackout lining. We also have. There's another behind you is what she's cut and put together. Again, this is the job ticket. So here's the fabric for the job and the lining for the job.
Okay.
Same here. Job ticket, fabric for the job, the lining for the job.
Perfect.
And all this is put together, and once it's put together, it goes to the serger, which I don't have anybody manning right now, but we serge the widths of fabric and widths of lining together. So all of a sudden it starts to look like a drape.
Yes.
This is just we keep our trim down there. We get a lot of customer trim in. We show that, Irina.
Yeah.
Again, tag.
Lots of goodies here.
Yep. A lot of goodies.
Yes.
Hi,
I wanna
Annie.
Show her. This
Hi,
is
Donna.
Annie. Annie does two big jobs here. She does a lot of jobs, but her main big jobs are that she inspects. So right now she's actually inspecting, so that we'll come back to her at the end of the process. But she also is responsible for putting in the hems.
Okay.
So she will fold in the lining hems, as you can see,
Mm-hmm.
and sews that. And she folds in the drapery hem. Notice that the drapery hem is longer than the
Yes.
lining hem.
All right.
And then once that happens, and then it just goes to a table. So this is Virginia.
Hi, Virginia.
Virginia is working on this job.
Don't forget to get my good side.
We'll get your good side.
So
You have all
Virginia-
good sides.
Virginia is what we call tabling this job. So this is an important job because this is really where we make the drape.
Yeah.
The main, what would you say, Virginia, is the most important thing about tabling?
Making sure you iron it properly and it sits down on the table really nice and neat.
Okay.
So then you can determine where you need to take off or how you need to go from that point on.
I see.
And
But it
before
needs to be pressed out properly.
Yep. And before she even starts, one of the first things she does, she looks at her job ticket, which is right here, and she figures it tells her what the finished length of the drapery needs to be, which is what?
This one is 135 and a half,
Okay.
and we usually add a quarter when we have lining.
Okay.
Some of it draws up when we sew it, so you have to have a little bit of allowance.
Okay.
So she'll mark that on the table down there, so she's got it marked exactly where she needs it to finish.
Okay.
And so right now she's putting in the header, which there's a buckram. Show them that buckram, Virginia. This is
Yes.
It's a nice piece of stiff paper.
Yeah.
So
that
this
gives
is
it
what
some
goes here.
structure.
Yeah, that goes in the back
Yeah.
right
It's
there.
folded into the header.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have a different one for sheer fabric.
Yes.
This one is for just a regular drapery.
Yeah. And
Perfect.
sometimes a designer might want a smaller header or a bigger header, but
Yeah.
we specify that as well. And then you can see the other, lengths are kind of probably the most important thing.
Yes.
So, they've got a nice straight edge. Virginia sticks actually an actual straight edge. I can't pull it out, can I? Can I show them what you do?
I can give you one of them. But,
Oh, we can pull it on this side.
yeah, you can pull it out.
See, she actually, I don't know if you can see this. I don't want to mess you up.
It's come down here, but this is
She's-
what it looks like.
Yes.
She's actually got one of these
72
stiff rulers.
Yes.
Just to give her an even straighter edge for her hems.
Yeah. This is like perfection.
That's what our customers expect.
Yes.
So this is this is Corrine.
Hello, Corinne.
Corine's working on a really special project, aren't you, Corine? Yes.
Wow.
It's working
Look at
something
this.
Whenever we
and
have
beautiful.
this, this is an embroidered, what is it?
Brocade?
Brocade. And in this case, normally we put the hems in, like I showed you, Annie put in the hems.
Yeah.
But when we have a pattern, we now start from the top. So the hem is the last thing we do because we want to make sure that the top of the drapery has the consistency
Yes.
and the pattern as we want it to be. So she has put in the top first, so we have some input about what's at the top of the drapery. So she's folded it, so this is going to be the top, so this is
I
where
see.
the pleating will be. So we have that full pattern.
Yeah.
And then she puts in our hem. Just a level of detail between a ordinary workroom and a great workroom.
Yes. Well, these details make the difference for sure.
She has inner lining in her drapery, so not only is there lining, but this inner flannel interlined.
Yeah.
So there's a lot.
Wow, it's gonna be very
Full.
full. Yeah.
Luxurious is what
Luxurious.
we're going. And then Jennifer. What's Jennifer? What you got here? So you can see how Jennifer
Hello,
is getting her
Jennifer.
hem ready. Hello.
Hi.
Show them what you're doing.
I just weight my face fabric down, got it all smoothed out. Measured my size to make sure that they're still even on each side for right here. Then I go back and I put my blackout in on my panel.
Okay.
I use this so I don't have to measure it out. It's
So
gonna
we
give
have
me,
it, so we know it's
my bottoms are even.
Okay.
So I put this down and then I put it all the way across at the bottom and then I make sure my two seams are both matching up.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're trying to get this all worked out.
As you can see, it's very carefully done, so it doesn't go on the floor.
Yep.
So it's protected.
We do trim.
Oh, that's so
We actually
beautiful.
have to sew that in before we table it. So,
Okay.
because once we put the side ends, like you don't want to sew on the trim and then show through the lining.
Yeah.
So you have to do this first.
Yeah.
So this was done ahead of time, and then it's ready for the table.
Nice.
All right, so we'll watch Monique go at it. She's a professional blind hemmer.
So these are called blind hems.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I do everything.
And we do it on the bottom hem and the side hems.
Okay. Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
There's the side.
It doesn't
The
show.
back side.
And then the back, it's just the back that it shows.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
Catch a little bit more of that. Okay.
Nice.
And obviously we have to be sensitive to what color is loaded. If it's a gray fabric, we'll do a gray thread or black or what it will look like when she's finished.
See one side is
Show this.
Yeah.
So when you get on the other side, you only have very small pricks.
Very, very subtle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
This particular drapery has a lead edge band, and because we're concerned about the fabric is very delicate, we're
Yes.
actually going to have to hand sew this lead edge.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Wow. That's a lot of work.
Once we do blind hem, like this is a silk that we blind hem, then we actually hand tack from here to here.
Okay.
That makes sure that our machine doesn't draw up the fabric at the edges,
Yes.
so that our lead edges are not shorter
Yeah.
than the rest of the drapery.
I see.
What you gotta do? This is where you would cut.
So these are how the pleats are made, as you guys
so
can
this
see.
Traditional pleat is tucked down here
Yeah.
and through here, and then we clip them so that they hold their shape while
Yes.
they're waiting to go to the job. Yeah. So all the pleats have been marked, Irina.
Yes.
We carefully lay those out and mark them.
Yeah.
It's actually a whole nother job, but and then Benny sews them.
Yes. The level of precision, as you can see.
Yeah, I see
Everything is measured. Everything.
that. Everything measured. Because I want to see in the bottom, and then you want to see sink and a half.
Back a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he needs to see sink and a half too.
So basically that's secured when he does that.
Yeah.
I will say different workers do different things. There are machines that do
La
this.
machi no have
Right
it.
now,
Yeah.
straight stitches.
Eso es.
All right.
A me quedó botiche.
Okay, yeah.
Por el negro.
This is called a tacker, and
Yeah,
that's
for the tacker
exactly what it
machine.
does. It just tacks our pleats.
So you guys will see how the pleats are being made.
Eh,
What are we doing here? Two
Tupin
Two
euro.
tap. We call it a euro, a double euro.
double euro.
Double
Did you
euro.
see that? He's giving them a beating.
Yeah.
go.
And there you go.
Other one?
Yep.
Let's do another one. Okay.
Okay, I put a.
So then, yeah,
And then he puts the pin in.
Then we do
there's a pin in. Yes.
Normally it's a 1/4 inch.
the hook
down.
put down.
The hook. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
1/4 inch down. Yeah.
Measures
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. I know. I measured.
Benny, there are pin setters, but Benny's actually faster than a pin setter.
Yeah.
Wow.
1/4 inch down.
Yes.
Okay.
And there you go. Show the front side. Yep. See, there
That's
you go.
amazing.
Yeah.
There you go. We're almost
Yep.
there.
Thank you, Benny.
You're welcome.
Do we talk about this here too?
So this is Ali. Ali's tabling.
Hello, Ali. Hi.
He is tabling some very difficult fabric. Designers, if you're watching this, I would request that you don't ever bring this in here. But if you do, it's called scrim. It's really a very thin, gauzy fabric,
Okay.
and it does take some special care
Yeah.
to fabricate with. So
Is this for draperies or
this is for drapery.
Okay.
So Ali has basically tabled all of these drapery,
Wow.
and then they're getting ready to go to
Let me go
Monique
check.
Okay.
to finish.
Yeah. And these here are these Roman shades?
These are Roman shades. This table, we don't have any Roman shade. We sort of swap out this table depending on what the
Yeah, because
production
usually
deadlines
this is
are.
the Roman shades
But
table.
this is the Roman shades are cut and ready for the next round of production. Inspected. You saw Annie doing some inspection on those.
Yes.
And then we hang them so we can see what they look like before
Yeah.
they leave.
And we have this big ladder that we get on.
Very safe.
And usually the worker manager during that, who is not in today, unfortunately, is inspecting them to make sure that everything is good. These are very, very pretty.
Yeah, these are really pretty. These are shears. Actually, this is one job. This is a shear, and this
Yeah.
will go over this shear.
Oh, so it's for the same client.
It is.
Yeah, very nice.
Fan fold our drapes. If
Yes.
the designer doesn't want them fan folded, we can certainly manage that. When
But
they're
most
li-
of them do, right?
no, most workrooms do not because it does take a lot of
No,
time.
no, I mean most clients want them folded.
most, yes.
Yeah.
Especially linen because it's not going to transport well. So the most, we want to try to keep them tight
Yeah.
so that when they arrive at the job.
So this is how they also
Yep, and there's another one there. You can
tie
see.
them. That's how they go out.
Yep. So all these are ready to go.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Each of our designers, if they so choose, get a book. It sort of just gives a glimpse
projects.
of our projects and sort of the type of work we do. It can show the customer the different pleating headers that they have
Yes.
to choose from. And then these are, we have some, and they're all neutrals. These are, a poly linen blend, darker
Yeah.
colors. This is another poly linen blend, just with a little bit more of a texture.
Yeah.
These are poly cotton fabrics, very inexpensive. We use these in a lot of vacation rental properties because they're not costly and they're easy to clean.
Yeah.
And then, that's Mumbai. I need to get the Veronas. This is a great 118 wide, almost all polyester.
Okay.
And that a drapery that has some polyester blend in it is better. Usually it hangs better.
Yes.
And then these are the fabrics that are like our 100% natural fibers, linens and cottons.
Okay.
And then we carry our own line of hardware. They come in various colors.
Yep.
Slate, brushed nickel, silvers, white, a gold. It was very popular. And then
Yeah.
our bronze and ebony.
Nice.
And our book also gives, actually I don't have that here. I'm sorry, I don't know why. You
It's
can
okay.
cut that. But it shows the customer the different types of hardware. And you
Yeah,
can even
like
see them here.
yeah.
Let's see it in action.
So this is a sample of the type of hardware that they carry.
Yep.
And most of the time, clients go for your hardware. They don't bother to
Yeah,
go
because
for.
it's very simple, enhancing, easy to use. It's still custom. It's made to order. It's not telescoping,
Yeah.
and it's very good quality.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about this board.
So this is our scheduling board. When a job comes in, we actually, place the job on day due. So like this is a job that's due today, and it kind of moves up.
Okay.
And then it corresponds with what's to be served, what's ready to be prepped, what's on what table when it gets over to finishing, and then this is the complete section. So
Very organized.
It just tells us where we are with each project.
Yeah.
If we're running a little bit behind than what we had thought, whatever.
Yeah. And you guys developed this yourself. It took a lot of work into doing this.
Yeah, well, we've grown a lot, and we have some wonderful designers who put a lot of faith in us, and we want to make sure that we stay on top of it and do a good job.
Yeah. Among other questions, so basically the type of services that you offer is pretty much anything that has to do with drapery and soft goods.
Roman shades, cornices, valances.
Okay.
I also sell a line if somebody wants of roller shades.
So these are.
Woven shades. The woven shades.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to get.
Yeah, these are very popular.
Very popular. So we have all those available. We also do cushions.
Okay.
So you see some here that are ready to go.
Yeah.
And pillows. This particular customer likes boxed pillows. This just gives you an idea of the scale of this pillow.
Pretty big.
Yeah.
Lots of blues, right? They're very popular.
A lot of blues, yeah.
And grays.
Actually, yeah, everything here is blue. I just noticed that.
Oh,
it's
that's
just a
so
little
cute.
lumbar
Yes.
for a boy's room.
Very nice. What you don't do is upholstery, though.
We do not do upholstery, and we don't do slip covers.
Slip covers, okay. But you do bedding.
We do bedding.
You do canopies.
Canopies.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm the main point of contact.
Yep.
For sure.
She's the face of the business,
Yeah,
and
I
she's.
usually meet designers on the project. We go over it. I take the measurements. So I just sort of take on the whole job. Yeah, we charge per width, and per width of drapery, and per yard for lining and inner lining, and per application for trim.
Okay. And for the hardware, I think you said it's per foot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, range of standard lead times. Boy, that's always the hot question. We're anywhere from 6 to 8, sometimes 10 weeks, depending on the size of the job.
Yeah.
It is custom, and one of the things that I try to educate my designers on is we always try to stick to a certain timeline, because obviously we don't want it to take forever either.
Yeah.
But every fabric is different. Every fabric behaves differently. Every fabric goes into the machine differently. So, sometimes we may need a little bit more time. Yeah. It's both. If you use my in-stock fabrics, I'm going to take care of that. But if it's your fabrics, I'll tell you how much you need, and it all comes here.
Yeah. And it did happen that a few times when I was here, I know that we ordered some special fabric from Europe or from somewhere in California. I know we did it a couple of times. So we do order the fabric for the designers as well.
Sometimes if they specify they don't want anything to do with that, and I'll just charge them a fee, just sort of a management fee to do that. They have my vendor name, and they tell me who it's for, and then they have a picture of the fabric and what we're doing.
Yeah.
And then the cost associated with that.
Yeah, this is great. And can we see the design in the back? Sometimes they show pictures of what they...
that's like a design. That's a design for designer.
Like the inspiration. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they do that quite a bit, right?
Yeah, they do. And I always say a picture's worth 1,000 words.
Yes. So these here are finished. They're ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my God, look at that fabric. Goodness. Looks gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a metallic bronze.
Yeah, that's actually for a commercial client. We do about 50-50. 50 residential,
50 commercial. Okay. For designers?
Yeah, designers get we mostly only work with designers. We're really not set up for retail clients. I usually, if I do take a retail client, it's usually by referral from a designer who
Yeah.
just, they just need window treatments and they know we can do something simple.
Yeah.
But yes, we are mostly almost always to the trade, and yes, it is definitely different pricing.
Okay.
Different levels. Some people have been doing it for, 30 years.
Yeah.
Some people have been doing it for 15 years, and some people I've hired and we've totally trained from the get-go.
Yeah.
The main thing is to have a propensity to be crafty,
Yeah.
care for detail. These are usually people who they're highly skilled. We spend a lot of time training them in our process, and then, they just have to be really detail oriented.
Yeah. Also, what look like?
I think most of the time our challenges come with fabric.
Yeah.
The different types of fabric present different challenges. I think education with designers on what how fabric behaves,
Yes.
and different fibers behave is probably crucial.
Okay.
Because, if I get a fabric that has a really strong horizontal weave,
Yes.
it's going to tend to bell as
Yes.
opposed to drape. And they're just these little things like that can present challenges, not only in the fabrication of it, but, the end product and getting to where people want to be. I mean, my main thing, I think I've always said, is that you just have to listen.
Yep.
And that's harder to do than you think. But I think
Yes.
when I meet with a designer, I really do try to hear in between what they're saying, because it's my job to ask the right questions. They're not professional drapery makers. I am.
Yes.
So I need to listen to what they're saying and interpret that on how we're going to, service them and bring their, vision to life. I really am proud of all of our projects. Every single one is very custom and very individual, and the main thing, I just love what we do because so often it brings such a huge reaction to the final client.
Yes.
It makes such a big difference in the room's overall concept and design. A room's not finished, in my opinion, until it has draperies.
I agree.
And there's something to that.
It gives warmth.
And
Yeah.
there is a process, and to pull it all off and do it well is something to be proud of.
Yeah. And
I mean, like I said before, you need to listen.
yes.
to your clients. I think it's really important as far as working with vendors that you find people that are really good at what they do and allow them to do that.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
This is great.
Put all your heart in everything you do. Give everybody everything you can give them. Because
Thank
people
you.
tell a difference. They can tell a difference.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amy. This has been great. Thank you for having us. And I'm looking forward to showing this to my colleagues and my teacher. And hopefully they will be your clients one day.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been fun.
Thank you.